Hey, welcome to another episode of Comedy Kitchen. My name is Ben Mastracco, and I'm just here hanging out in my kitchen. Today we're going to talk about the healthiest chips. This was another fan-requested video, and I'm a big fan of chips myself, so I was more than happy to dive into this topic and do the hard-hitting research so that you don't have to. When I dove into all of these different types of chips, one style just rose to the top immediately as pretty much just being more healthy than all of the other ones, so there really wasn't a need to rank these because one of them was clearly the best. For this video, I focused on the following brands of chips: Baked Lay's Sun Chips, Late July Sweet Potato Chips, Terra Chips, Black Bean Style Chips, Rice Chips, and of course Chip Gaines from Fixer Upper, who turns out is not actually a snack chip at all, so he was eliminated immediately. And for each different type of chip, I focused my attention on the following categories: calories, number of chips in a serving. Nobody wants 7 chips in a serving, right? That's just mean. Fat, fiber, protein, sodium, and carbohydrates. Now I started off by making a chart of all of these different categories, and as you can see from this chart, charts are sometimes very confusing. So I ditched the chart pretty much immediately and just focused my attention on the spreadsheet. And when I did that, the one type of chip that rose to the top immediately was Chip Kelly, former NFL head coach. Just look at that healthy body. Looking at the numbers, the clear winner was the bean chip category. But there was one very disappointing exception that I'll talk about in a minute. So when you look at all the chips, the Beanfields and Beanitos, compared to the rest, you can see they just have way more protein and fiber. They're in the middle to the low side when it comes to the sodium, and everything else is pretty much all just kind of more or less equal. Now, what I liked about these chips, almost even more than the nutrition facts, was the ingredient statement. Take a look at this statement from Beanfields Chips: black beans, navy beans, brown rice, safflower or sunflower oil, and sea salt. I gotta say, I love the simplicity of these chips, people. 5 ingredients. They have more than double the fiber and protein of a lot of these competitors, and they didn't have to add pea protein or brown rice fiber to get to those levels. It just all comes naturally from the beans. Also, when you eat the Beanfields chips, you are supporting the troops, so thank you for your service, Navy beans. Now, I'm actually a big fan of these chips myself, so I was happy to see this. They don't taste like healthy chips. For those of you that are thinking that they sound weird, they taste like pretty good chips. They come in all the classic junk food flavors. Good ratio of dust to chip. Nobody likes a weak dusted chip. You know what I mean? So all things considered, I would say that the healthiest chip that you can go with would be the bean-based chips. However, the disappointment in this category was the Trader Joe's quinoa and black bean chips. They scored significantly lower in protein and fiber, and when I dug into these chips, it turns out the first ingredient, and probably the most prominent, was corn. Hey, big thanks to my friend Ani for requesting this video. Love those suggestions. Keep them coming, you guys. And if anybody out there needs extra help, if you're ready to stop stressing and being anxious about your food choices, if you want to live a happier, healthier life, then you could be a good fit for my food coaching services. There's a link to my website below. You can schedule a free call with me right there, so don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.